Welcome to Thursday, February 22nd, and we are in for a crazy great day, very likely in the markets today after NVDA came out and posted better than expected earnings and gave a really strong future forecasted outlook. So what we can't see here in the Yahoo is all the futures, but the NASDAQ futures are up 350 points. If we scroll down, actually before we scroll down, the VIX has dropped. So that's the 1 month out volatility index. So that shows that there's improved kind of buyer confidence in the market. Crude is off 20 cents, so not significant. But that's where we are with the NASDAQ. It is way up. And as we look at some of the pre-market numbers on some of these stocks, a lot of them are in the green and looking to benefit from this great news from NVIDIA. So thankfully, it hasn't taken down the market. It's actually propped it up a bit. That said, this is probably where, not immediately at market open, but as you start to see kind of the rotation of your individual holdings throughout the day, that you probably want to maybe consider taking a little bit of profit. It doesn't mean selling your entire position if you have a large position. What it means is maybe selling 25% of it, 10% of it, 50% of it, something that allows you to have some cash on hand, what they call dry powder, so that you can buy back in when the price drops, because it's not always going to go up, and there's going to be explosive days, and we may have one today followed by another tomorrow. So again, you don't want to take all your profits and miss out if you think it's going to continue to go up, but you certainly don't want to lose those profits. So when we look at oil, Valero was down at 134 earlier this week. It just was a gong show. Pre-market, it's up 175. That really doesn't mean that much, but because it could change when the market opens in an hour and a half. But what we are seeing is it's probably looking to try to climb back to that 140 range. And all of oil is looking pretty good. Crude is hopefully going to come back and get back up in the $78, $79 range. If we look to the tech stocks, so we have seen now maybe a dead cat bounce on Palo Alto Networks, where it dropped $104 after terrible earnings and future expectations or quarterly outlook. It's now up $7 pre-market. So again, this is all pre-market, but even a stock with bad earnings gets lifted by the tide of NVIDIA, which contributes to a significant proportion of the index. And then we have Cloudflare. Cloudflare is up almost $4. It was down almost $3 yesterday. So it's coming back. And then as we scroll through, Microsoft up $8 pre-market. ARM up almost $9 pre-market, so it's definitely benefiting. On semiconductor, $1.61. So there's a lot of movement here in this tech sector, and expect a great deal of movement in this sector today. The strong companies will likely really benefit. So if I've been an advocate for the last little while of Meta. So Meta was down $3 yesterday into the 460, 468 range. It's now pre-market up $11. I think we're going to see the same for Google. BABA is starting to come back a little bit, so up 82 cents. So that's going to take it into the $76 range. NVIDIA up $89 pre-market. So that is a strong, strong move for that stock. We'll see whether it maintains that. I suspect it'll probably go up to maybe 95 to $100, and then maybe flutter back down to $90 throughout the day. But we'll see what happens there. Google up almost 250, so that's going to take that stock up to almost 146. I was suggesting at 141 that was a great long-term purchase. And even stocks that have been way off, like Adobe is off about $100 in the last month due to the Chat GPT video creation component named Sora. It's up $13 pre-market. So lots going on there. And as we get down to the financials, even the financials are starting to show green in a lot of cases. You've got JP Morgan set to be up 70 cents at pre-market. Goldman up $1.13. Schwab is up 17 cents. So again, not huge, but still green and still up. And that's what often happens when we have a company the size of NVDA in this case, or in history or historical wise, names like Apple that have done better than expectations and had great earnings, Microsoft, Amazon, the likes of those types of companies pull the market up when they do well, but they act in the opposite. They create problems in the opposite direction when they don't hit expectations. So these are the benefits of being in the market. Remember to take your wins when you have them so you don't lose out. And just a point to make on that, if we go back a couple of weeks to earnings with Cloudflare, if we touch on Cloudflare for a minute and go back within the last month, after earnings, Cloudflare was trading in the $78, $80 range. It went up to 116. It's now down to the mid 90s. So you really would have lost out on a significant amount, 17, 18, 19% of your profit if you didn't take it when it skyrocketed there and sold and then waited for a buyback. So if you sell at that point and then wait for even just really a week at this point, maybe two tops, you would have been probably two. You would have waited 2 weeks and you would have been able to buy in at a significant discount and still made a great profit. And that's part of the trading strategy of taking these small wins, and each one of them builds on the other. And by the end of the year, you've compounded an incredible annual return. So good luck with your trading today.